Ladies and gentlemen, we're doing it in a grand way tonight. Yep, we're celebrating the 1 year anniversary of Effective Living, the book. I'm excited. I'm excited. When I say I'm excited, I decided to do a series of conversation on the anniversary, on the release. Okay. And I brought in some of my closest friends, closest people. Okay. People who believe in the message. Okay. I started off with Gwen Lee. Gwen Lee opened us up and came as only Gwen Lee can show up. Then Miss Jocelyn Charles just showed up just now and just crushed it. And now we have Miss Billie Johnson. What's up, Billie?
Hello, hello.
A lot of people know you from behind the scene on this Effective Living platform, the person
Mhm.
making moves and pulling it all together in so many ways. Tell our viewing audience a little bit about Billie Johnson.
Well, I am Billie K. Johnson, and I serve on the Effective Living team proudly as your assistant. I am born and bred Texan. My roots are in East Texas, but my hometown is actually Arlington, Texas, where I'm from. I am a blogger. I'm an aspiring author. I'm an entrepreneur. I've had a few successful businesses over the years, but the one that I'm focused on primarily right now is Miss Billie's Popcorn Company. And I'll be at the farmers market next month, actually. I am a certified evangelism training instructor. I am a lot of things to a lot of people, but my favorite title is mom. I have one son, Jeremiah Johnson. He's 20, and even though he's living independently from me, that
Yeah.
young man is my heartbeat.
Yeah.
And that's a little of me.
Well, that is awesome, Billie. You're awesome. Esther
Thank
Moreno
you.
there in Alabama. Say hello. What's up,
Hey.
Lynette? Popping in here again. Hey, guys, we're celebrating the book, 1 year anniversary of the Effective Living book. Now, Billie, man, you read the book. You
Yes.
read the book. I mean, you were one of the first people who got the Kindle version. I
Yes.
remember when the book announced out, and I posted it on Twitter.
Yes.
And you were one of the persons who said, you know what? I got the book. I got
Yes.
the, and I'm reading the book. Tell us a little bit about your view of the book when you got it initially.
Well, as an aspiring author, when somebody says, I've published a book, I'm all on board, I'm going to support. And so when you shared that on Twitter, I did go and get the Kindle version. When I read the title, I was not quite sure what that was really supposed to mean
Yeah.
to create a life you don't need to take a vacation from. I was like, however, I read it, absolutely loved it. I appreciate the fact that um, the book is about a decision. It's about choices. It's about options. You don't have to live just any kind of way. You can live on purpose. You can live effectively. And so once I read it, yes, I have the Kindle version and I have a hard copy as well. So I've got two copies.
Yeah.
I can take it with me in my pocket, in my handbag as I'm out and about, and I can read along, or I can be at home and read my hard copy.
Hey, listen, I appreciate you reading the book, getting the Kindle version, then getting the hard copy. Just not so long ago, I mean, you were talking to a lady who, I mean, she wanted to know more about the platform. She wanted to know
Yes,
more about the book.
yes,
When you think of the principles in the book, are five foundational principles we build the whole model of the book around:
hmm,
faith, family, fitness, faith,
finances and fun.
finances, and fun. Okay, so here's the deal. See that Billie gets it. All right. Now, when you think about those five, let's talk about that for a few minutes. There are people who don't realize, you've lived a long time and you've
Mhm.
pushed faith, but you've not focused on finances, and now life is being extremely challenging to you because you didn't focus on finances,
Right.
or you focus on finances and you didn't focus on family.
Hmm.
So now you have family and you may even have faith, but you don't have family. And I
Hmm.
mean, we are social beings. As individuals, we're social beings. We thrive better in community. All
Right.
right. But then there is this fitness, this
Hmm.
whole dynamics that that listen, even if you have a great family and you love God and you have good money, but if your body is not functioning, if you don't take care of the vehicle that you're going to use to fulfill your assignment, you could find yourself really in a Debbie Downer state continuously over time. And then the last one, which is fun. There are a lot of people, high performers. They've gotten the degree, they've bought the car, they have the nice home, they have the family, but they're not enjoying life.
Right.
And last year, this book was released in the midst of a pandemic. And one of the things we realized was there are a lot of people who have not considered looking at those 5. When you look at those 5, what comes to mind to you?
Well, it's interesting you talk about how the book was released in the pandemic. The book was released a year ago. So that was right when we were doing, we had just started our shelter in place. Yep. And for me, as I was reading the book, it started to change my mindset, because for me, I've been out of balance over my lifetime. I have spent, there was times where I spent a huge amount of energy focused on my career to the neglect of my son. There have been also times where I spent a huge amount of focus on my career to the neglect of my health, to taking care of my physical body. And so when I started reading the book and started to have a different mindset, it became, who am I and who do I choose to be? And understanding all of that and knowing this is about a balance. Yep. This is a balance, not giving too much to one particular area, yep, to the neglect of something else. To your point, we are social creatures. Our family is our first ministry. Family is important. Are your finances, if your finances are jacked, it's going to stress you out. You're going to be worried, and that's going to affect your fitness. Your faith to me, because I am a believer, so my faith is a foundational of all of that goes together. So it is a balance of everything, and that's one of the many things that I appreciate about the book, is that it's a balance of everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're joined with Billie K. Johnson.
Yes.
We're joined with Billie K. Johnson, and this is Billie. This is your first time doing a live on the.
It is. Yes. This is my first time to ever do a live. You asked, and I said yes, because I'm getting better with age.
Come on. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Now, here's the deal. There are people who, they've been connected with our platform. We have a lot of people who connect with our platform. We just hosted a very, very successful 5K run walk. And you were the engineer behind the scene constructing that thing in an amazing way. And they all see you via email, phone calls, and a number of different ways. But you're live with us tonight. You're talking about the book. I mean, before we even go further, let's talk about your whole general impression after what you've just said. The book, now telling someone they need to get a copy of it. What would you say before we go on with our rest of questions and so forth? The book, Billie Johnson, working from the administrative side, but also a person who just went ahead and bought the book, and then having the revelation or the understanding, hey, the dynamics of these areas, they work hand in hand to bring life alive. And I want to live life in a full way where all of them are coming together, in a nice way. And it's possible. So
it's possible.
Talk to us.
So for me, again, I'm going to make this personal. During the beginning of the pandemic, I went through a period of transition for a few things, like many people throughout the pandemic. This book helped me to see I don't have to live haphazardly. Life doesn't just have to happen to me. I get to make a choice. There are decisions that I can make to change the trajectory of my life, so that when I get up in the morning, regardless of what day of the week it is, I can get out of bed excited, looking forward to the day.
Yeah.
At the same time, when I go to bed at night, I can go to bed with satisfaction that I was productive, that I enjoyed my day, regardless of the day of the week that it is, whether it's a Tuesday or it's a Friday. Either one, it's the same thing. Um, and I think that those things are important. The other thing about the book is that you talk about being intentional. There's a huge theme throughout the book about being intentional. And one of the stories that I like to share, my son, I got to see intentionality with my son. He was a sophomore in high school and he just started running. He was a long distance runner, ran cross country. Their school had never been to state. But my son set that as a goal and he wrote on his shoes, "See you at state." So every time he put on his shoes, it wasn't just another practice.
Yeah.
He was very specific, very intentional. The workouts that he was doing was to see you at state. That was the goal. And eventually he did get there. It took some time, but he was intentional, he was focused, and he got to where he needed to be. This book, oh, and by the way, he had the help of a coach.
Yeah.
So this book, written by the coach Ricardo Miller,
Yeah.
is this guide that can help you get to where it is that you want to be. I think it's also important that you identify, where do you want to go? Your first chapter of your book talks about the why. Why, understanding that's the big question, is why. You need to identify your why. I don't think that you should do anything if you don't know why you're doing it. Why are you living where you're living? Why do you have the career that you have? Why are you spending the money on that?
Yeah.
Why are you watching that particular program? What's your why? And once you've identified your why, that helps you to say yes or no to certain things. You know, if you understand your why, then you're walking in your purpose. You're not going to say yes to everything that you really probably should say no to.
Yeah.
And it's about being intentional.
Yeah. It is about being intentional, people. If you have not gotten your copy of this book, Effective Living, get your copy. Now, I see Vanessa is joining us. Vanessa, listen, you're amazing, and I got to make sure you get your book, okay? We got to get Vanessa her book. All
Yes.
right. Esther Moreno, listen, I know you got your book. It's Guy's birthday, guys. Listen, Esther.
Happy birthday, Guy.
Yeah, they came out here at the 5K run. Esther read the book. Esther was one of the people who helped edit the book on Guy. Okay. And so they were instrumental in helping us put this book together. Here's what I know, guys. Every single one of us can improve.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one of us. There's room for improvement. And so Guy is celebrating his birthday. Esther, how old is Guy today? I think Guy is what, 38, 37, 38, something like that. You know, these are young people. These are young people, okay? Listen, man, hey, tell Guy, Ricardo Miller said, happy birthday in front of the entire world. Everyone, go ahead and put a comment in the section, happy birthday, Guy Marino, okay? But we love those guys, man. They're amazing. They support the book. They believe in the book. You ought to get a copy of the book. If you have not gotten this book yet, make sure you get your copy. Now, the reality of it is that you're going to get a signed copy. And this is not just a regular book. I call it, it's a tool. It's a manual. You're going to get that signed copy. Go to my website, ricardomiller.com. And for $24.95, you'll get a signed copy of this book, Effective Living. Now, here's the deal. Only tonight, I'm going to give you an additional copy of another book. It's called Parenting with Purpose. Oh, come on. It's almost like a 2-for-1 deal. Okay?
Yes.
So go to the website and just tell yourself, hey, listen, I'm going to get the book. Now, here's the deal. You can either gift this book to someone, or you can go ahead and read this as well. So it's full with principles. It's loaded with stuff that's going to help you to live life more intentionally. Okay, so your goal is to get better over time. The book is loaded with principles, not ideas that get outdated. Okay, the ideas that we're teaching in the book, they are principles. Principles are laws that govern humanity that does not move. They stick around forever. Okay. So I did not write the book from a fashionable standpoint with trends. No, 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 no. I wrote the book believing that it will be something that someone can go back to year in and year out, because you got to examine your life and then identify what's working for you and what's not working for you. Billie just mentioned the 5 F's. Now, once you identify those 5 F's, you got to tell yourself, listen, I'm going to make sure that faith, family, fitness, what's this? Fun and finance, all of them come together to make sure that your life is working itself out to the best. So, Billie, when looking at the book, which of the chapters are your favorite chapter? I want to know.
I have quite a few favorite chapters. I will say that chapter 6 about mastering time, that was the most actionable chapter for me.
Okay.
The way that you teach and the way that you coach, you talk about baby steps, right? And with that particular chapter, it wasn't about do all of these things right now, but it's take one thing and focus on that, and over time you're going to get better at mastering your time. But the chapter 2 had the most highlights for me, followed by chapter 7 about healthy habits. But I would have to say my favorite chapter is going to be chapter 11, the faith factor. I really appreciated that one. And here's a quote: "Without a shadow of a doubt, I must believe that his highest intent for me is to live a life of abundance and not lack or insufficiency." And for me, that's more than money. That's much more than money. That's not lacking in joy, not lacking in peace, not lacking in good, healthy relationships with people around me, and having faith during troubling times. In that particular chapter, you talked about category 5, and we all have hard times. I've had a few hard times myself, things that you totally did not expect, and they come, and you have to have faith in God, faith that it's going to be okay. I choose to have the mantra, I trust God. And the faith factor, very important, very important.
The faith factor is one of my favorite. It's Herb Ford's favorite as well.
Yes.
I don't know if you knew that.
Yes. Yes.
But Herb Ford, he loves that chapter. It's one of the favorites of a lot of people. Let's go over a couple other things that really stood out to you. Lynette says, chapter 11, the faith factor sounds like I need to hurry to get. She's reading the book currently. Yes. She says, I need to get to that. Listen, take your time, Lynette. Take your time and read the book. Okay, do the work. Okay, and these, listen, write all your thoughts at the back. You know, it's a blessing when I see people using the sections and taking notes and so forth. But go ahead and read a couple other things that really stood out to you for the book and help our viewers out.
Okay, and let's see, what chapter is this? Chapter 7, in healthy habits. You talked about surrounding yourself with positive people. So on page 52, you said your tribe will remind you of your greatness. They will challenge you when you are dormant, and they will remain receptive to how they can add value to your life. No one has ever succeeded alone. When I read that, I did highlight that. That was important. At that particular time, when I was reading that, I started to reevaluate some of the relationships that I have. Because if these people are my tribe, if they're going to remind me of my greatness, challenge me when I'm dormant, and remain receptive to how they can add value, I need to make sure I have a good tribe. At the same time, I want to make sure that I am that person for somebody else as well. So, so that when I read that, that caused me to reevaluate some relationships. You talked about being purpose driven. Your purpose is the thing that you were put on earth to do. It is the act of accomplishing God's vision for your life. you had it very simplistic, and that's important because a lot of times people get so discombobulated about trying to figure out what's my purpose, why am
Yeah.
I here.
Yeah.
Your purpose, understanding there's a reason why you're still here breathing, why God has you here on earth right now in April of 2021. And it's not by accident. There is a reason that you're here. And let's accomplish it. Let's identify the purpose and let's accomplish said purpose.
Yeah.
Would you like me to go on?
You can go over another one. I will plug this one in there. You know, I
Okay.
remember thinking, I want to talk about the importance of laughing and laugh
Yes.
often. Because I had to be taught that. I didn't know
Yes.
that. When I grew up in a culture where a screw face was necessary for survival.
Uh-huh.
Okay? So you didn't smile, you was always, if you grew up in the Bahamas on the street, you were like all notched up. It's just somebody tell you take a picture, and you just, there was always this serious face. And so you would see a lot of guys, they get married, they have kids, and they still lock into that same idea because they don't. And then you find out later on they have strokes and they have these heart attacks and they're just dying early because they don't understand the power of a good laugh.
Yes.
You gotta laugh often. I said
Yes.
in the book, laugh
Yes.
often. Learn how to smile a while and give your face a rest.
Yes. And my nickname is Smiley. I've been smiling. I've been known to be a smiler since I was a month old. And I am the first one to start laughing at any given moment. So yes, laughter is so healthy. I will laugh by myself at any given moment as well.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Go ahead, give us a couple
Okay.
more.
Page 77. I really, really like this. Do not continue to wear the garment of ordinariness because no one has told you that you are great. A true coach, a coach just told you that you are great. A coach has let you know that you are great. And he even says, I am telling you right now, you are great. Go achieve greatness. Your only limit is you. It's possible to have the life that you desire. You have to believe in yourself, which is one of the other chapters, but it is possible to have this life. And I do want to mention this. This book is not pie in the sky. This is not a get rich quick. This is, and it's much more than motivational. Jesus came that we might have life and that life more abundantly. We were created to be more and to do more than just to go to work, pay bills, and die. That there's so much more. And we talk about on your tombstone, there's that dash. What are you going to do with the dash that's there, that's going to be on your tombstone? They can't put all these things, but you have to make an impact on in this world while you're here. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're joined with Billie K. Johnson here on our Effective Living 1 year anniversary book release conversation. And we're having a great time. This is our third talk, one more after this one. And we're just putting some highlight out there about the book celebrating 1 year. Okay. If you have not gotten a copy of the book, get your copy. Now, here's the deal. Dr. Diana out of Florida, she bought a number of books and she blessed the lady at the restaurant. She blessed the stewardess on the plane. She's like, listen, man, you just never know who this person may be, that if their life is transformed by the book, we could find this book on CNN being talked about. Okay. We want to make sure that everyone understand that you're not here just to merely exist. Your goal is to live life effectively. And you want to study, what does that look like? You have to get a copy of the book and discover what is the principles for winning at life. And let me tell you something. I filled the book up with principles that is easy to apply, a systematic approach to engaging in what we call effective living. So if you don't like where you are right now, you can make some decisions, make some adjustments, and tell yourself, you know what? I'm going to get the book. And not only for you, you can get it for a sibling. You can get it for another family member. You can get it for someone at work. You know what I believe? I think it's really a good gift It's a good gift. And we don't have enough people reading today. There are a lot of people who are
Mm-mm.
stuck because they're not reading. Read to lead, okay? Read to advance your life. Read to move yourself out of that stuck, stagnant place. And then here's what I want you to do. I want you to read it again and read it again and then read it again. Because you know what? I've discovered that at 45 years old, the negative, wrong way of doing things are so engrafted in my head, spirit, and life that, oh my goodness, it's going to take me a while to constantly be chipping away. That's the reason why I do an early morning, Monday to Friday group coaching, because what is that group coaching session is about? It's about chipping away. It's about chipping away, because every day you got to start working on unlearning what you should have never learned in the beginning. You got to start identifying there are behaviors that you may have picked up that you didn't know that you had picked up. But now that you know, not because you know means that you're going to change. You need, watch this, you need to discover the truth, and then you need to fight to apply the truth you discovered. Because it is easier to discover the truth than to apply the truth. A lot of people say, I know what he's saying. The question is, are you doing what I'm saying? I did not write the book for you to say, nice read, Ricardo. Great job, Ricardo. No. I wrote the book so that you can go in there, look in there and find what's for you, and then start saying, I'm going to apply. Now, go ahead, Billie, and give us two more before we move on.
Okay. This one is on page 14. I no longer feel guilty for wanting to have more, do more, and be more. A bountiful life is an effective life. And in just a side note about the more is more. We can wish it, but that's really not going to work. To have more, you are going to have to do the work. But to no longer feel guilty about wanting more, why should we feel guilty? Why? Let's have it. If you can see it, if you can dream it, and you're willing to do the work, let's do it. Let's get it done. And by the way, I looked up the definition of effective, because we haven't really talked about that. You know, we talk about effective living. It is an adjective. Effective means successful in producing a desired or intentional result. That's about the work. That's about doing the work. We're creating the life, actually creating it. Okay. And then one more in regards to why. Your why transcends the approval and limitations of others and challenges you to not accept any less of yourself than the grandest and highest version of you. An honest, holistic answer to your why will lend to you living an effective life. So just those few little quotes, those are keys to how do we do this? How do we get this done? How can we really live life successful in producing a desired or intentional result? Just those few little things right there. So you really, really do need to get the copy of the book. People that know me personally will tell you, I really do believe in this message. Before I joined the team, I got the book and I read the book. And because I believed in the message so much, that's why I said, I want to join the team because I want to be a part of helping impact the lives of others around the world. Let's live our best lives now. We don't have to wait for the here and after or the sweet by and by. Let's live life on purpose now.
Let's do it now, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, Lynette said, listen, you are crushing it tonight. This cannot be your first live. She said, this cannot be your first live. But listen, as Billie mentioned just now, guys, you got to put in the work. And you have to know that there's something better on the other side of your commitment and dedication to applying what you discovered. There are just too many people who says, I know what he's saying. The question is, are you doing? How is life working for you? If you want better, you have to do better. Okay? It's easy to get the book. You might as well just make a commitment to go ahead and get it. Then you have to make the commitment to read it. There are a lot of people, Billie, who they can buy a book. They buy a book. You know, there's a study out that says like 85% of self-improvement books are never finished.
I believe it. I
They're never
believe it.
finished. People start picking them up and then they just never finish. But you got to be a difference maker because you want results. Okay,
Yes.
you want results. You want results. That's the reason why I'm prepared to chip away at this message every day. Every day. I'm anticipating doing 500 videos this year. I want to talk to audience 500 plus times this year because I believe that there are 8.5 billion people on the planet. And if I can help 1 million people to live life effectively, oh man, wouldn't that be a great feeling? And here's the
Yes.
deal. I'm prepared to start with my 5, my 10, my 15, my 100, my 300, my 500, because every month we're growing.
Yes.
Every month the community is getting better in connecting with those who want to be a part of the community so we can rise together.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. And listen, all of us at our own place, or at our own pace, in our own lane, commonly connecting to find our place where we were created to be. You got to know there's a place where you belong. Now, Billie, I know you talked about a couple of chapters that you enjoyed and like, but is there any particular quotes that really stood out to you that you haven't highlighted already? Let's talk about a couple of your more favorite quotes or statements that are in the book that some will enjoy.
Okay. Intentional living. Uh, this is when you talk about living in the present. It's on page 50. Intentional living is focusing your attention on the beauty and gifts this life is offering you. If you wanted to know what does it mean to live life intentionally, intentional living is focusing your attention on the beauty and the gifts this life is offering you. How often do we get caught up in just rush and go here, go there, take the kids here, take the kids there, gotta cook dinner, somebody needs to eat breakfast, I gotta sign this paper for this person, or even at the workplace, on your job, this report is due, this is gotta get done, all those things. But to take time and to enjoy all of the gifts and the beauty that are available to you. We had a guest on the platform that talked about the sandwich and specifically taking the time to enjoy it and knowing all of the little things that were in that sandwich to make it what it is. So there's that quote. And this one, for me, this really helped to solidify what effective living, creating our life. And you quoted Del Partridge, and it says, Del Partridge said, stop creating a life that you need a vacation from. Instead, move to where you want to live, do what you want to do, start what you want to start, and create the life you want today. This isn't a rehearsal, people. This is your life. And truth be told, that was the big wake up call for me, because I was living a life that I wasn't necessarily frustrated with, but it wasn't the best. And little by little, because I've been connected with the platform for about a year now, little by little, my life has been getting better. My life has changed, and it's been impacted because of effective living.
Wow, that is some good stuff, Billie. Thank you so much. I need
Yes.
every single one of you guys who are watching who have not gotten the book yet. Please go to the website, get the book. Remember now, you get a bonus. You get an extra book. It's called Parenting with a Purpose. It's going to come with our Effective Living book. The Effective Living book is celebrating 1 year this week. And we're excited about making sure that a lot of other people get this book because it's full with principles. Okay? So if you haven't gotten the book, go to ricardomiller.com tonight and get your copy. I'm going to be signing copies tonight. I'll be signing copies tomorrow. We'll drop those bad boys in the shipping mailing service and make sure they get out as fast as possible. You may know someone who needs to be gifted a book. Go to the website, pay for the book, and then put their address in the book in to be shipped to, and send the book to them because you're trying to be a blessing. You got the book already, but you want someone else to get the book. A lot of people have done that. And so, Billie, as we get ready to bring our talk to a close, you've read it a couple of times, but I want to hear in your view, what does effective living look like to you now that you've read the book and now that you're working towards becoming that person who is living life effectively?
So effective living for Billie looks like having the finances to do what I need to do and what I want to do. There are specific causes that are really important to me, and I would like to be able to support them. It also means having good, great, healthy relationships, not just with my family, but with my girlfriends and with my coworkers and with those within my community. It means what it also looks like for me is being fit. I used to run, but I'm getting back in there. I'm getting all of my health back together. And it means having fun, enjoying my life. I try to laugh every day. Every single day, I find something to laugh about. And it also would look like for me having a strong, thriving relationship with my Heavenly Father, one that is alive and vibrant. All of those things, having a harmonious balance of doing what I want to do, coupled with what I need to do, and everything is in balance. Got a balance going on. And can I just add another feature of the book that I enjoy is the daily declarations that you have in the back of the book. Oftentimes we know that affirmations are good, but sometimes we don't know what are the things that we should say. You've got daily declarations suggested back here in the back of the book.
Good stuff. Make sure, guys, you practice engaging in the book, doing the work, and connecting it with yourself. So that, here's the deal, it's just not another read.
Right.
Okay? It's just, you don't want it to be another read. You want it to be a tool that you're using to help you to get to where you're trying to go. Billie, thank you so much for sharing that with us. For our viewing audience, remind them one more time, they need to get the book, and you're rocking an Effective Living shirt. Come on now.
Yes.
Come on. Listen, talk to us about it. Challenge our viewing audience. Make sure they get theirs.
Okay, so absolutely get your hands on the book. But I also encourage you to plug in with this community. Like the Facebook page, Effective Living with Ricardo Miller. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Effective Living with Ricardo Miller. Visit the website. We have a blog that goes live every Monday, ricardomiller.com. This guy, Coach Ricardo Miller, is the real deal. He is absolutely the real deal. He is not it. You can even read about his background within the book. You see he's successful now, but did you know that he used to work at the Dollar Tree? He used to work at Domino's. He was washing cars in the Texas heat. He's the real deal. He's showing you how he has governed his life, the things that he has learned, and he's willing to take you on the journey with him. He offers services, one-on-one coaching services, the life group coaching. It is an amazing community. Those people that are in that group, we've bonded and we've become a family within that group. So I would encourage you to join those things, take a part of this. We really do want to help you. We want to help you live your best life right now.
Boy, Billie, well, that was strong right there. That was some good stuff. I'm like, hey, I don't have anything else to say. Get the book. Get the book. I was seeing the website was giving me notification. People are getting the
Yay!
book. Hoorah! Hoorah!
High fives!
Yeah. Listen, give us some love. Please share.
Yes.
Tonight, I wanted to take some time out and celebrate. I wanted to celebrate 1 year of the book being produced. Get a couple of copies. Hey, listen, guys. It's my bestseller. I want it to be a bestseller on the global stage. Okay, not only just for bestseller title, but the fact that literally that means the book got in the hands of a lot of people, with the possibility of transforming a lot of lives. That's really what it's all about. And so over the next few weeks, we're going to be breaking this book down. I told you guys I had an announcement, huge announcement. We're coming out with Audible. Okay, the Audible
Yay!
version of the book is coming, y'all.
Yes.
The Audible version is coming, and we're doing a workbook so that when we do our master class, we're going to be able to dissect the breakdown of this book in a workable format to ensure that we connect with you in the process of making this thing work. The goal is not to write a book only for you to be impressed with the concept in the book. The goal is to have written a book that is allowing you to see how you can take control of your life, and then literally find yourself at a place where you're saying, you know what? I'm on vacation, but I don't have to take a vacation.
Right.
I have the weekend, but I wasn't looking forward to the weekend. The truth is, I'm enjoying every day. I'm enjoying every day. So with that said, you got to learn how to enjoy the journey. Okay? If you're not enjoying every day, you need the book. If you're looking forward to the weekend, you need the book. If you can't wait until your vacation, you need the book. If you don't like life, you need the book. Okay? Billie, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Also highlighting
Thank you for having
the
me.
different platforms and services we have here at Effective Living. Together, we're rising to the top as a community with a mission to bring like-minded people together. If you're interested in our services, go to the website and learn about the services that we offer here on Effective Living. Get your copy of the book. I'll be signing books tonight. If you already got a copy, but you want to make sure you want to gift a copy to someone, when you buy the book, go ahead and message me and say, hey, I bought the book. I already had one. But what I want to do is I want one to be given to someone else. And so write their name in the book. And I'm going to make sure write a specific message to you. All right? And so please go get the book at ricardomiller.com. You guys have a good night. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, Gwen Lee, who started us off. And then Justin Charles, who kicked it off to the next spot. And then Billie came in and is closing us out. And we're going to have, guys, a year that's an incredible year in every area of our lives, because we're being intentional about how we're showing up on a daily basis. If you want to learn more, go to ricardomiller.com and connect with us today. We would love for you to be a part of the community. Billie, thank you again.
Yes, sir.
You're awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.